People who produce wrong views in regard to the three times and who say past dharmas and beings have a beginning, do not have a beginning, etc. If they have a beginning, then there are new beings, and the dharmas also arise without cause or condition. If they do not have a beginning, neither do they have an end, they have neither end nor middle. Or else not having a beginning means having a middle and having an end. Not having an end means having a beginning and a middle. Not having a middle means having a beginning and an end. But if beings and things are without beginning, they are also without middle and without end, and since the three times do not exist, there is nothing. Furthermore, if there is no beginning, how can there be this omniscient one who, in order to destroy all these wrong views, declares that the dharmas of the three times have but a single nature, namely, the absence of nature, and who, in order not to destroy the threefold time, declares that the Buddha knows it? Question. But absence of nature has limits. Answer. No. Absence of nature is limitless, inexpressible and unquestionable. Why do you say it is limited? If one grasps characteristics in the absence of characteristics, this would no longer be an absence of characteristics. By absence of nature we mean the ungraspable emptiness. Here, absence of nature is ungraspable and emptiness itself is ungraspable. This is why absence of characteristics is called ungraspable emptiness. Furthermore, the Buddha has two kinds of paths. 1. The path of merit. If a person, hearing about the 10 powers of the Buddha, his 4 fearlessnesses, his 4 unhindered knowledges and his 18 special attributes, produces minds of veneration and faith. 2. The path of wisdom. If a person hearing that dharmas coming from the complex of causes and conditions are without self-nature, abandons all these dharmas but does not become attached and mind to emptiness. Thus the moon moistens objects and the sun ripens them, and thanks to this twofold action, everything prospers. The path of merit and the path of wisdom do the same. The path of merit gives rise to qualities, and the path of wisdom, acting on the path of merit, expels attachment to wrong views. This is why, although he preaches the limitless emptiness of dharmas, the Buddha also speaks of his unhindered penetration of the three times. There is nothing wrong in this. This is a brief explanation of the meaning of the 18 special attributes of the Buddhas. Second section. Refutation of the Sarvastivadin theories on the special attributes of the Buddha. 1. Refutation of the first Sarvastivadin list. The Sarvastivadin. If that is so, why did Katyayaniputra give the name Avanika Dharma to the 10 powers, the 4 fearlessnesses, the great compassion and the 3 special equanimities of the Buddha? If the 18 special attributes that you mentioned above, namely, Nasti Tathagata Skalatam, etc., were really true, why did Katyayaniputra list others? The Mahayanist. This is why he is called Katyayaniputra, son of Katyayani. If he was truly Sakyaputriya, son or disciple of the Buddha like us, he would not say that. The Sakyaputriyas have defined the real special attributes. Moreover, the attributes of the Buddha are numberless, and the 36 attributes mentioned by us, namely, the 18 non-special attributes studied in chapters XXXIX and XL, plus the 18 special attribute studies in chapter XL, are amongst all the Buddha's attributes, like a drop of water in the great ocean. The attributes of the Buddha are not rare. Why enumerate 18 like Katyayaniputra? Moreover, the Arhats, Pratyekabuddhas and Bodhisattvas share to some degree in the 10 balas that Katyayaniputra reserves as special attributes of the Buddha. They too know what is possible and what is impossible. They reveal the retribution of action in the 3 times. They distinguish the dhyanas and the samapattis, and they reach asravaksayanayana. Under these conditions, how could Katyayaniputra say that these attributes are special to the Buddha? The Sarvastivadin. Yes, but the Sravakas, Pratyekabuddhas and Bodhisattvas do not have an exhaustive knowledge, a universal knowledge of these things. They have only the cognition and the knowing of them, but do not have the power of knowledge like the Buddha. Only the Buddha knows all that in an exhaustive manner, in a universal manner, and this is why these knowledges are special to him. Therefore refer back to what has been said about the 10 powers. The Mahayanist. When the Buddha explained the meaning of these 10 powers, he did not emphasize his exhaustive and universal knowledge of them. He simply said that he knew what is possible and what is impossible, etc. Those who have spoken of his exhaustive and universal knowledge are the scholars. The Sarvastivadin. I beg your pardon. As you yourself said above, they are spoken of in the Mahayana, and the Buddhas, being still a bodhisattva, claimed to know all in an exhaustive and universal way. The Mahayanist. Yes, we talk about them in the Mahayana, but what does that matter to you? You do not believe in the Mahayana, you refuse the evidence, and you yourself say that this Ravaka system is the only valid one. Moreover, although the Buddha has this exhaustive knowledge, this universal knowledge of the 10 powers, the Sravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas have a small portion of it. Therefore, Katyayani Putra is wrong in considering the 10 powers as special attributes of the Buddha. But Sravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas have absolutely no part of the 18 special attributes which we propose in the Mahayanist list. Nasti Tathagatasya Skalitam, etc. This is why we describe them as truly special attributes. The Sarvastivadin. But the practitioners of the 2 vehicles, namely, the Sravakas and the Pratyeka Buddhas, also share in the 18 special attributes of the Mahayanist list. Nasti Tathagatasya Skalitam, etc. The Buddha alone never has bodily, vocal or mental faults. But sometimes the practitioners of the 2 vehicles do not have them either. Therefore they share in these attributes, and these do not belong exclusively to the Buddha. The Mahayanist. Your objections do not hold. Why? What constitutes this special attribute is the fact of never having faults, and not the fact of not having them from time to time. The Sravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas do not share the perpetual harmlessness of the Buddha. Thus this perpetual harmlessness is indeed a special attribute of the Buddha. Furthermore, the Arhats are indeed said to possess the powers in question, but nowhere do they qualify them as special attributes. And you who do not believe in the Mahayana reject the 18 truly special attributes proposed in our Mahayanist list. Nasti Tathagatasya Skalitam, and you count the 10 powers in the list of attributes drawn up by your Katyayani Putra. This procedure is inadmissible. Then look at these 80 secondary physical marks of the Buddha in which you believe but which are not mentioned in